Now, before we get started, Wavy Gang, let's have a word from our favorite coon in America, Uncle Stephen A. Ruckus.
Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier were arrested as part of FBI investigations into sports gambling. Billups' arrest was part of a separate but related case linked to an illegal poker operation tied to the Mafia. ABC News.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra.
So involved in this,
the men and women
former Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones.
Don't touch them new niggas over there.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches.
Hey, Billups took part in a rigged poker game in Manhattan, according to the FBI. How do you rig a poker game? Well, Ocho, according, they had X-ray machines built in the tables. So when you lay the cards face down, I can see what your whole cards are. So now I can play. Contact lenses through glass that read marked cards. So you know, oh, that's an ace. That's a this. That's a
A spill. What did he just say now? Spill. Man, it might be over for Chauncey Billups, man. This nigga thought he was the fucking Terminator or some shit. X-ray, huh? I'll be back.
Rich, the NBA at some point is going to have to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing. And I just want to point something out. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, the morning it happened, when all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in March involving the Charlotte Hornets. The sports books caught it. They told the NBA right away. And guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him. They pulled Jonte Porter too. They flagged Jonte Porter.
See, I don't think y'all understand how serious this really is for real.
What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime.
Now, Wavy Gang, this little rabbit hole get deeper than y'all think. Pause, super pause if you need it. But I bet y'all didn't know, right before this news broke, the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver that is, he came with this little speech about how we need to get on top of the gambling problem in the NBA, blah, 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 whatever. He tried to get on top of it before the news broke. But he gonna need more than that. And I mean, the FBI ain't just gonna be coming just for no reason, bro. They're not gonna waste their time and money. It's years of investigation when the FBI is involved. Years. They sit and wait. Like no bullshit. And if you think I'm playing, I'll give you even more of a credible source. It's an ex-referee of the NBA, Tim Donahue, if I'm saying it correctly. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry for that. But he was also involved in some illegal activity with gambling, etc., and rigging games back when the NBA commissioner was David Stern. I think he's no longer with us no more. But y'all know about David Stern, man. We're not even gonna get into that. But without further ado, man, I see that. Spin the block.
I mean, when you talk about wire fraud, that's a law that can be applied to many different things. And if you're just calling your buddy and telling them that somebody's not playing, Even if it's a nonchalant comment, you're transferring that over state lines, that's wire fraud, and that's what I was charged with. So, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind some of these star players might have been, saying something to their buddies back home that they weren't playing, or one of the other guys weren't playing, or they weren't 100%, and bets were placed and money was made. I think that, sometimes people with power and money feel that the rules don't apply to them, and they're not going to get caught. And you get a little bit cocky like I did and think that you're going to get away with something like this, and you just don't. You eventually always get caught.
Hold on. I'm coming, Esther. What you mean to tell me it's not a myth? Huh? So they really rigging games? So all the upsets, look at them. You see them. All of them. Ain't true? Huh? They fabricated. Especially as a young black kid, all we had was rapping and the jump shot. You heard what Biggie said. He was telling the truth, nigga. And we be living our food stamps too. And you mean to tell me these historic moments in NBA history might not be real? We need a moment of silence, Wavy gang. Cause this ain't Wavy. Esther, I'm coming.
Arrests being made by the FBI. I think the guys that are arrested are going to sit down and, be scared to death with what they're facing, and they're going to start to cooperate, and they're going to tell the FBI everything they know, and this thing is going to spread like wildfire, and you're going to find out that this is a lot bigger than it is right now, and it's pretty big.
Tim, why do you think this is why 2 days before this announcement is made, or even 1 day before this announcement is made, Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, was on Pat McAfee? You think that was intentional?
Absolutely. I think he was trying to, get ahead of the fire a little bit and talk about that they need to get gambling under control. And I think that he's going to continue to try to figure out a way to put a lid on this. But it's going to be very difficult for him because I think this is widespread. I think it's going to be very damaging to the league. And, I just received a text message from one of the FBI agents that worked my case. And he basically said that they're not going to be able to cover this up like they cover up my case.
What do you mean by that? So what's the difference between this case and your case?
I think the David Stern was able to basically put a lid on it and paint me as one bad apple, the only guy involved, and nobody else did anything but me. And, we're going to move on from it. The FBI said that there was 6 or 7 other people that they wanted to indict, and this got shut down from the highest level. And then I find out, after I go to jail that, a guy by the name of Greg Andres, who was the head of the Eastern District of New York, took a job at a law firm and all of a sudden got all the outside legal counsel work for the NBA. So, it was a situation where David Stern really ran that whole investigation, and it got shut down by the, highest level people in regard to other people being involved.
Tim, so this...
Hey, come here. I see your ass. And it ain't Wavy to be watching the video and don't like and subscribe, bro. Because I'm pretty sure you watched my video more than once, right? And the algorithm got problems, bro. And I got anger issues. If you don't like the video, you might not see the next one and the one after that. So just like and subscribe, man. Or you have to get the algorithm. Back to the video. Bro, these niggas is guilty, bro. Like, period. And them niggas was like really the tip of the iceberg. They got Chauncey and all them niggas now, but they gonna tell, bro. When them feds get involved, them niggas ain't gonna be built like that to not say nothing. They gonna say their own ass. You best believe that. And unfortunately, we're gonna hear a lot of names of our superstars involved in this shit. Some of them gonna still be clean because some of them will be involved as far as people betting their names and getting information about them without their knowledge. That's cool because it's like that's Wavy. Like they was really playing ball. But some of our superstars that people love dearly are gonna be involved the illegal way, and that's what's gonna hurt the most. That's what's gonna hurt the most because it's a lot of championship games, a lot of meaningful games that we witness in upsets that wasn't really supposed to happen, but they happened anyway. They happened anyway, and nobody could explain it. It's just history of sports, and it's just the ratings go up for this certain little situation that happened. It just happens to happen when it was needed to happen. Think about it. So all these years when we thought something was just make-believe or myth and all that, it really wasn't, bro. It really wasn't. And that's sad, bro, because that means some of these historic moments that we remembered growing up, even still today, some of them are fabricated. It's just really gonna change the whole idea of sports to everybody in the world. And that's where the problem lay in at. But I see that spin a block.
In their games. And so what Chauncey is being accused of is there was a tanking job going out in 2023 going on because people were really interested in getting their hands on Victor Wembanyama. And the Blazers weren't participating in that tanking situation. And there was a moment in March of that year where the Blazers basically seemed to have decided to put their tank in overdrive. And they decided they were not going to play their regulars anymore, but specifically they were not going to play Dame Lillard. And there was this day, I can't remember who they were playing, maybe the Jazz, but Damian was listed as probable with a calf tightness. And according to the indictment, I'm not saying it happened, I just said according to the indictment, Chauncey told somebody that Dame wasn't going to play amongst other players, even though he was listed as probable. As the day went along, he was then switched to questionable and then out, and then he never played again the rest of the season. And the Blazers lost 15 of their last 17 games and ended up with Scoot Henderson, the number 2 pick, but not the number 1 pick. And then Damon Jones, who was sort of a volunteer assistant with the Lakers for several years. They accuse him of saying that LeBron was, and they don't say LeBron's name to be clear, they just say, they call him player 1 or player 2 or something like that, but they reference a game against the Bucks in 2023. It was the game after LeBron broke the scoring record, Kareem's scoring record. That game was against the Thunder, and LeBron was a relatively late scratch in that game. And the obviously not having LeBron, who was really close to the peak of his powers at that point, at least for that age, didn't play, and that information was used by people that Damon Jones told about it before it was public information. Then a year later, Damon apparently, according to the indictment, told these co-conspirators again that LeBron or Anthony Davis, it's not clear which, because both were on the injury report for a certain game against the Thunder, that they would either not play in that game or play less than normal minutes. At the time, the Lakers were under 500, and the Thunder were a very strong team. They had Chet Holmgren, he was playing. They had Jalen Williams, he was playing, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander all played in that game. And in fact, LeBron and AD did play in that game, did play their regular minutes, and the Lakers pulled the upset. They had been not favored, and they came back and won. And the bettors, according to the indictment, the bettors were pissed off at Damon and asked for their money back that they had paid him for the information. So it doesn't even imply that this information was always accurate, but just that it was given. And there's also another game that was referenced between a Cavs and Magic game, also in 2020.
You know, Wavy Gang, growing up and still today, my all-time GOAT always will be Kobe Bryant, even over Michael Jordan. And you would never hear me say anything bad about Kobe Bryant. But even with that being said, does that mean some of the records, including MJ's, are not tarnished? I don't know, but I see that spin the block.
Wavy Trust on radio.
HeartBreak. Free the Hill song.
It motivate when you proud of me. That's probably why you always doubting me. I pull you in, you turn out for me. Turn your boy to the alchemy. I doubted to be one after me, but that's how it is, how it have to be. Ain't nothing less than your majesty.
Wavy HeartBreak gang, Wavy HeartBreak gang, gang. What's good, y'all? It's your only host in loving memory while still alive, HeartBreak Ace, the Alchemist, or HeartBreak. Now, I need to make this how you heard the word instead of Wavy News Break. But this is a Wavy News Break, man. But I don't think y'all really understand.
I don't know that.
It's always been rumors since I was a kid of people rigging the game being paid off and all of that, and especially us as fans of a certain player or a certain team for our state, because you know that winning those trophies also brings so much to that state that win. So people are very passionate about their team or their players, and we don't want to believe that that's actually true. It's always been a myth. It's always been a myth that games are getting paid off. Until today. And that's where it gets spooky. Because if somebody in the NBA is involved, think of all the upsets in the history of this game. Now, just like the FBI agent said, there have been years of this shit going on. All these people, you think this shit only just happened in 2023? 2 years? No. They wouldn't have came so hard at the NBA if there was only 2 years of investigation. So you gotta really just think about all the upsets throughout history. All of them. Now it's starting to make you wonder. And that's where I get very spooky at. Shit really ain't wavy at all. Niggas mad greedy. It look like it's over for you too, my nigga. Chauncey. Your integrity is it's just, come on, man. Come on, man. You already had your time in the game. You should have made better moves. Ain't no way you get your hands dirty like that. And these niggas be small fish. They be the ones they let get caught because they try to keep all the heat or pressure off of them. Pause. They don't want to get caught up. And they usually don't be people of our color that's really running the whole operation. Because they going against a billion-dollar company, NBA, and rigging games. And you got to know, they saying that's just the tipping of the iceberg. Like, you got to know, like, referees are the ones that be calling these dumbass calls in games a lot. Niggas fake injuries, fake fouls, all that shit. So you gotta know somebody's involved with that too on the referee side. There's so many people gonna get caught their hands dirty. And you got the Mafia involved. Come on, man. These niggas fear the Mafia. However y'all got tied into them, it ain't no way out till they say it is. And normally that's when you ain't breathing no more. And that's probably what happened to a lot of these niggas. Cause they wanted some money. They didn't want to work hard and grind, pause, and get it by playing basketball. They wanted to do some extra shit. Y'all want to rig games, like championship, meaningful games. And Terry Rozier, bro, you was a rookie basically doing this shit. Basically from the time or experience that you had in the NBA, and you did that weird ass shit. That's kind of like, bro, you just shot your whole credibility, your whole career, everything. It's not a coincidence how that shit line up. It's not. Because I truly believe the fucking 3-1 lead that the Lakers was losing against my Golden State Warriors, a better superior team, and then we would, just because Draymond Green got the technical foul that caused us the championship. Get the fuck out of here, bro. They said that caused the championship when we lost KD. And we just literally watched Steph Curry basically win the NBA Finals and his first Finals MVP by himself. So we ain't even going for that either. A lot of this shit starting to make you wonder and think.
I don't know that.
This was very bad for the NBA. Very bad information for us as fans. Just very bad all the way around the board. And when it comes to the NBA, the face of the NBA is mainly Black American men. And now, just like history showed us, we getting put in a darker light even more. But then again, the color black is literally all the colors put together. But that's why this world show me every day. And it need to show y'all. What I always say, love each other. Till next time, yours truly, HeartBreak. Keep it wavy.
HeartBreak. Wavy Chauncey already out. Yeah. Mama want the devil pie. I want the devil pie. Want the head to the sky till it die. I don't need wings just to be fly. I got a sweet tooth for the devil pie, but we gon' lose if we don't never try. It's HeartBreak. Say we gon' lose if we don't never try. Say what? It's HeartBreak. Say we gon' lose if we don't never try. Losing all my patience, I had to make a statement. Yeah. I started losing all my patience, I had to make a statement. Yeah. It's HeartBreak. Guess I'm the man to steal, cause I'm the one to keep it solid when they ain't real. I smoke the chronic, but my heart still taint still. I paint the best picture without using paint still. My loved ones, only ones that I can't kill. These deadbeat thugs, the ones that I can't feel. Who scared to tell the judge that we all demand meals? Our people still dying over oil and spills. Got us working all our life just for paying bills. Had us slaves in the grass just to plan the field. I don't know why my people out here playing still. Got my fields on the land and still playing the field. If you knew better, baby, you would do better. You think the money and the life make you screw better. You wasting time trying to figure who to use better. They get mad when he treat you like he Hugh Hefner. He always on to the next, need a new heifer. Now she need a new stepper. HeartBreak. It's real life. Head to the sky till it die. I don't need wings just to be fly. I got a sweet tooth for the devil pie, but we gon' lose if we don't never try. It's HeartBreak. Say we gon' lose if we don't never try. So what? It's HeartBreak. Say we gon' lose if we don't never try. Losing all my patience, I had to make a statement. Yeah. I started losing all my patience, I had to make a statement. Yeah, it's HeartBreak. Yeah, mama want the devil pie.